regard, right now, restaurants all around the Twin Cities are in crisis. It is just the reality. Employees are afraid to come to work. Customers are afraid to go out to eat. Plus, it's January. Plus, it's cold. And so today I visited Homi Restaurant Mexicano on University Avenue in St. Paul for a little Taco Tuesday. Because whatever your politics are around immigration, around this surge of agents in Minneapolis, there's no debate that our restaurants are struggling right now. And owners are struggling about what is the right thing to do. Do we stay open? Do we close? My Mexican restaurant in Maple Grove, El Rodeo, has closed. Restaurants all over the Twin Cities have closed because they don't have enough staff. Hours are changing. So to find out what it is really like on the front lines, we reached out to Miguel Lopez, who is the owner of Homi Restaurant in St. Paul. He joins me on the John Schuster Coldwell Banker Hotline. And I was there for lunch. It was fantastic. But I want to ask you to get things started. Sort of how it seems like a trite question, but how are you doing, Miguel?
Gosh, fear.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I feel in fear. I feel for my community. Feel for myself. Feel for my family, friends, neighbors, all the people around me. I'm fearful for them. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I feel betrayed also.
Oh, tell me about that. Why do you feel betrayed?
Well, we are a community that works. I don't know if everybody knows. Restaurants, hotels, every single one of accommodations. We depend on Latinos, and we all depend on immigrants as for labor, and for them to be scared to go to work, to even go outside, is not okay. I think all of them contribute to this country in one way or another, and it's sad because of that. Because they are in fear of going out. They're not going to work. We as business are suffering. I mean, I'm working on a skeleton crew right now. Out of my 7 people that I usually have, I only got 3. So that's the reason why I'm close to sit down, because I don't have enough people to do that.
You had to close.
And take care of my own. Yeah.
You had to close the dining room, right?
And take care of my lines, all my phone orders and other orders that I got to. Yeah.
Miguel Lopez is the owner of Homi Restaurant Mexicano on University Avenue in St. Paul. I ordered pickup today. The El Pastor tacos were fantastic. I have a video on my Instagram if people want to see that and give you guys some support. Miguel, you mentioned how your staff is afraid. And a lot of our listeners, I think, don't understand why people who are here legally on a green card or came into this country legally, work permit, whatever, why would people who are here legally be afraid? Can you explain that to people?
Do I really need to explain that? Do you see what happened with Renee? Do you see what happened with all these people that are being aggressively taken down and kidnapped for a couple hours, and then they just throw back to the street and say, "I'm sorry, you're another one I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody else." If they're doing that to Caucasian people, what us as a minority, as a people of color, we expect? We are afraid. We have families that we need to feed. We have to go out and work. But we are even afraid to go to work because we don't know if they're going to come back. You know? It's just crazy why we have to be fearful of going to work and provide for our families.
Have you had ICE agents outside your restaurant? I know there's been enforcement and activity along University Avenue where you guys are.
There have been in the area. But not especially in my store.
You know, I see it. I was looking today at a list of restaurants that have temporarily closed because their staff is afraid or because they've been raided or whatever the case is. And we think about, the immigrant neighborhoods in Minneapolis and Saint Paul, but there are places all over the place in Maple Grove and Albertville and Burnsville. It's growing wider throughout Minnesota, not just in the metro area, all over the place. This impact is hitting so many people.
And it's hitting a lot of people. It's hitting a lot of people. A lot of immigrant-owned restaurants are being targeted just because of that, being Latinos or being Hispanics or being whatever not being white. That's pretty much what it is.
Miguel, how long have you owned Homi?
My family had owned Homi for 16 years.
Yeah.
But we have been in the business for about 20 plus years.
And how long have you been here in the United States? Were you born here?
No, I wasn't born here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been here for a long time. I grew up on the east side part of Saint Paul, but I always lived here in Saint Paul.
When you look at what this challenge has been, what this moment has been like for you, I mean, you and your family there's in the restaurant business, there are always a lot of ups and downs. COVID, the protests and riots after George Floyd, now this. Where does this moment sort of rank for you as far as one of the more challenging things you've ever had to face?
I believe this is probably the more challenging one, just because people are afraid to work. They're afraid to come to work. So I don't have, as I say, I got a skeleton crew right now of 3.
Yeah.
Imagine running a restaurant with only 3 guys. So I had to get up early in the morning, go and do the shopping, and come back and prep and get everything ready for lunch, and it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. We're currently closed Saturday and Sunday just because of the fact that we don't have enough workers. And there is no one that wants to work. And if you know anybody that wants to work, send over here. I'll take them. That's how desperate we are for workers.
When you look at kind of the way the community has been trying to support and some of the challenges of that support, I want to ask you a little bit. Go ahead. What do you think about that?
Yeah, the community. Yeah, the community has been great. I mean, the support of the community has just been grateful. It always has been. It's not just at this time, but as you mentioned it before, with George Floyd riots and all that, the community always showed their love for us. I mean, we've been here for 16 years, and during that time, we have provided, in partnership with Second Harvest, we provide low-cost meals for churches, schools. To mention some of them, we used to do Frogtown neighborhood. We used to do JK movement. We do. We also do Walker Food Share in Minneapolis, Academic Arts, Urban Roots, Career Pathway. All these meals that we prepare every week. Currently, we're doing somewhere between 500 and 600 meals a week. They'll get distributed within Minneapolis and Saint Paul area. And those are free of charge for them. So, they don't have to pay anything. We are in partnership with Second Harvest to do this. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're still doing it. And this is not going to stop us for doing it. We're doing it for the community, and, we will continue doing it.
Miguel Lopez, owner of Homi, a restaurant on University Avenue in St. Paul. What should people do to support, for people who want to step up and want to make sure they're there for their neighborhood restaurants and their small independent restaurants? What would you recommend our listeners do?
Our listeners to do? Well, we can scream, we can protest, everything that we need to, but the really person that can make a change, they're sitting in the Senate, they're sitting on higher levels. So I will ask our neighbors, our people around the area to call them, let them know that what they're doing to us is unfair. We're here making a living, and we are providing not only for our families, but for the families that work for us. So the change has to be on the upper levels. I mean, we as a people, we can only do so much, but the ones that can change everything, that can change the laws, they're sitting down and, on the Senate, and they're sitting down on Capitol Hill. So those are the ones that can do something for us.
Right now, you can order online and pick up takeout at your restaurant. Are you guys going to be open on Friday? I wonder what you think about this. On Friday, a lot of places are doing this sort of economic blackout where they're closing their business. What are you guys doing?
I think we're going to go ahead and close for that, just because I want this is part of a way of saying enough is enough. So we're going to be closed on Friday.
I know it's a tough decision, right? Because you've got...
It is a tough decision. It is a tough decision because I had to provide for my workers. But you know what? One day, hopefully, we'll make a change.
Miguel Lopez, Homi is fantastic, so people should put it on the radar. I had a great lunch today. I've eaten there before and just appreciate you and all you're doing, and I'm so glad that you spoke out with us today. A lot of restaurant owners are scared to talk to the media right now.
I mean, I am too, but, someone has to speak up.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I can make a change.
Thanks, Miguel. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
This is Drive Time with DeRusha on News Talk 830 WCCO.
All right, I had El Pastor tacos today, and I want you to make Minnesota pork a part of your dinner plans. It's Jason here from my friends at the Minnesota Pork Board, working so hard all over the state of Minnesota to bring you lean, high-protein, delicious Minnesota pork. And maybe you need some inspiration, right? Like you're busy. We're all busy. You got kids going to sports or play practice or band practice, working on homework. You're hustling home from work. Go to tastewhatporkcando.com. High protein, lean, delicious, but maybe you're in a hurry, right? How about a 20-minute recipe? Egg roll in a bowl. That looks pretty tasty. Prep time 10 minutes, cook time 20 minutes, servings 4. You could do that. You could do that for dinner, no problem. Taste what pork can do.